Councilor Reimer, is that a question? Thank you. The next speaker is Tran Ngoc Vinh. Welcome.
Dear Mr. Chair, dear Mr. Robertson, Mayor and own Councillor of the City of Vancouver, dear Sirs and Madam, I am Vinh Tran, President of the Vietnamese Cultural Activity Society. I would like here to express my petition and my deep sentiment of thanks to you and in this solemn to our community event that the Council vote to name Little Saigon, Vancouver, a part of Kingsway business area. In 1954, my parents escaped the communist regime from North to South Vietnam, and at that time I was 5 years old. In 1980, after South Vietnam collapsed on April 30, 1975, I escaped the communist regime one more time to the Southeast Asian Sea called Biển Đông in Vietnamese, becoming one of 2 million boat people in the 80s decade. From 1979, seeing the 4,000 project at Ottawa, the Canadian government and Canadians have opened their hearts to accept Vietnamese refugees. I myself and hundreds of thousands Vietnamese refugees, we have been in Canada since and have established the present large Vietnamese Canadian community. We don't know how to say thanks enough for that human gesture. Most Vietnamese refugees learn, work, and adapted fast to Canadian society, and they try their best to work by labor, by mind, and by heart to thank and give back to the Canadian society. Dear Sirs and Madam, right after landing on Canadian soil, I was so surprised how many ethnic communities live together peacefully in Canada. I have since learned more about multiculturalism and an important part of Canadian legacy. For more than 10 continuous years that follow, the Vietnamese Cultural Activity Society has participated in Canada Day, at BC Place, at PNE, at Multicultural Festival, and have participated annually in Lunar New Year and the Children Full Moon Festival as well. One more thing, the last but the important to Vietnamese refugees. When we landed in Canada, we brought nothing. Or to be exact, we had nothing to bring it, except the freedom in our hearts. The freedom, nobody can see it, except its symbol. Our freedom symbol, becoming the heritage, is the name of Saigon, and the yellow flag, as you commonly see in all our festival and ceremony. Today, I myself and most Vietnamese people in Metro Vancouver, in Canada, and all over the world, we are waiting for the great event with their thumping heart. The Vancouver Council resolution on the naming Little Saigon, Vancouver. I knew it. In 1979, the Canadian government was already opening its heart to accept Vietnamese refugees. And now, in 2011, I hope Vancouver City opens its heart to accept the name of a symbol of freedom, Little Saigon, Vancouver, for Kingsway business area. Last year, at the Winter Olympic Games, the big successful event of the Vancouver City and of British Columbia, the Vietnamese community participated in the celebration of that event. One of my friends had written a poem, and based on that, I wrote down a song. Here are the few of those verses. What do you see at Vancouver Winter Game? I see the yellow flag waving in the wind, waving through the poetic sky. I feel warm like Saigon in spring. Even now, Vancouver in winter. I phone in dream, Saigon, Vancouver. And now, I will sing that words in Vietnamese. Em đã thấy gì giữa mùa đông, thế vận cờ vàng tung trong gió, cờ em vẫy động một trời thơ, em mơ Saigon Vancouver, my dream little Saigon Vancouver becoming true today. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I think we needed you last night.